Yo, I'm politicking with the homie poet, popolitickin. Self-help meets hip-hop. That's fucking beautiful. What up, Po? What up, DJ Period? Just two black brothers. I see y'all out there doing what y'all do, preserving the hip-hop culture and introducing the future stars. Keep shining, kings. Real and recognize real. Love is love. Salute. Yeah.
I need Doe B on a song. First of all, you get all Doe B nuts, though. You know what I'm saying? You all the man Crouch. You riding his ass. You ride the top of his ass crack, man. But, like, who the fuck you think you is, nigga? How fuck, nigga?
This is trash.
Let me find out, nigga. Yeah. Expose you, nigga. Hey.
Let me find out you fuck niggas hang on the low. I'ma turn up a little more. Twist the knob, take your hoe. Let me find out you little niggas plotting on the kid. Pillow talking with these bitches, talking about robbing me and shit. Let me find out. Shooting up everywhere you hiding out. Till your stream cold turkey. Call her quits, time out. Let me find out. Trust me, it gon' be some consequences. ARs everywhere, 100 rounds in extensions. Let me find out you niggas just flexing in your penny bitches. Let me find out you ain't got no hoes and fucking any bitches. Let me find out you're a sissy. Let me find out you snitching. Let me find out where you stay. I like that bitch up like it crumble. Let me find out you fake trappers lying by selling drugs. Let me find out you the middleman and bitch you ain't the plug. Let me find out you mad cause you heard I fucked your bitch. Let me find out your petty ass ran out with a zip. Let me find out.
Let me find out y'all nigga petty, man.
Let me find out.
For real. Expose you, nigga.
Let me find out.
Let me find out y'all nigga hit me on the low, dog. Yeah.
Bitch, let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Nigga,
let me find out about these niggas.
Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Bitch, let me find out. Niggas, man, let me find out. Let me find out you mad cause you fell off and no more. Let me find out your bitch wanna eat that dick for lunch. Let me find out them niggas shot at you or you had a gun. Let me find out you run. Let me find out you're a bum. Let me find out this new thing on me and can't top this. Let me find out I gotta talk cause I ain't seen it since I got it. Let me find out that V12 running like a faucet. Let me find out that fish scale come back when I drop it. Let me find out that pack coming in every week. Let me find out your bitch wanna fuck me every speak. Let me find out you weak and what you blowing on ain't strong. Let me find out you tryna sound like me on all your songs. Let me find out you niggas sold your soul for some joints. Let me find out that little money in them photos ain't joint. Let me find out you crashing out like you don't know where you going. Let me find out you a nobody and bitch you ain't a porn. Let me find out.
Let me find out you niggas like who you say you is.
Let me find out.
You niggas nobody,
nigga,
man.
Let me find out.
Let me find out you sold your soul for them joints, nigga.
Bitch, let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out.
Let me find out y'all niggas on some crash out shit right now, nigga.
Let me find out.
I don't need you around me with it.
Let me find out.
Just let me find out, though, nigga.
I'm talking about my cousin Pookie Closet, bitch. He was rapping in that closet before he was Doe B fought, nigga. We was rapping in the closet, we were calling his ass Doe, nigga. We were calling his ass Fat Glenn, you bitch, nigga. Fuck you, G, nigga. You talking that shit to me, boy. You know the fuck I am, you know what I do, nigga. This shit real like that nephew. The fuck I do, I'm not my element.
Let me find out. Let me find out. Nigga, let me find out. Let me find out. Bitch, let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Niggas wanna let me find out. Nigga, let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. Bitch, let me find out. Niggas wanna let me find out.
popolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you check us out right now. We're live on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. 1 2 and place to be with Boa. How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. So we was already kind of having a good conversation already. So I was just getting the background. So you from Alabama?
Yeah, born and raised in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Currently in China right now, Shanghai, China right now. So
you kind of happy, they just won the national championship.
Yeah, man. I hate I couldn't watch the game. That's the only problem dealing with being over here. I know it was on like yesterday morning, you know what I'm saying, which would be nighttime for y'all. So, but I saw the news feed and I'm happy they won, man. It's really difficult to watch sports here, you know what I'm saying, because the whole time change is totally weird, you know what I'm saying. But it's cool.
Right now.
Say what?
What time is it?
It's almost 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. It's 8:53 a.m. over here right now.
And what's the date?
Today is the 13th. So if you're in San Diego, I think I'm 17 hours ahead of San Diego.
Yeah, it's about to be 5 p.m. over here.
Okay.
Cool, man. So let me know how you got involved with hip hop.
Man, a friend of mine, well, I was actually listening to a lot of alternative music, and a best friend of mine put me on to like the first hip hop CD, which was the Wu-Tang Into the 36 Chambers. So that was my first introduction into hip hop. And then the second CD was the Notorious B.I.G., the Ready to Die. So like they were like those were like both seminal albums, you know what I'm saying? So I was already into playing music, stuff like that. And a friend of mine hit me into doing production. So right around that same time when I was listening to that and then getting into production, I was starting to get my roots into that. And that's where it started back in like 90, 93 or so.
What was you in production? What was you using?
I was using at the time, it was a Triton and a Trinity, Korg Triton and Trinity. And man, I would listen to DJ Premier because DJ Premier was my favorite, still is my one of my favorite producers. And I would just wonder how he would make his stuff sound like that. I didn't know what sampling was or anything. I didn't know what he was using, anything. So like I tried to dirty up my sounds in the Triton, which didn't sound like that at all. But I was just drawn to that unique, analog, like filtered drum sound that, he ran through his whatever he used, man. I think it maybe had been the SP1200 or something like that, or the MPC, something like that. But just how when you run stuff into those types of equipment, just makes it sound so unique, man. And I was just very drawn by that, you know what I'm saying? But Korg Triton and Trinity. That's what I was using at first. Still have that Triton, actually.
Man, so I forgot who. So who did you say? Like you just grew up like were your parents exposed you to hip hop, or was somebody else?
No, it was a best friend of mine. I went to school and we were best friends since like 5th grade. So my homeboy, my partner Bobo, I call him Bobo, and he put me on to a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And I would hang around his house. He would play me stuff, play me a bunch of records. Like my parents, they don't really listen to music like that. As weird as that sounds. My dad is a musician and he'll play like certain stuff like that. But it's not like they sit around the house and listen to music all day, every day. I pretty much found that type of stuff out on my own. You know what I'm saying? So just grew up with my friend putting me on a lot of stuff and I just dove in, you know what I'm saying, into I actually threw away all of my alternative music in place of hip hop and was just listening to just, all types of range of things like Tribe and Nas and, going into Jay and then, going into that 96 era Outkast, a lot of the Southern stuff, you feel what I'm saying? I kind of didn't really listen to any of the Cash Money stuff. I think that was around like 97, 98, 99 when it started popping off. But I actually grew up on a lot of East Coast music. around that area.
You know, sleeping in the South Bend. How you leave Alabama not to Cash Money?
I mean, Alabama, it just slow, on some things, like I said, East Coast hip hop was kind of a new thing in Alabama around that time, 92, 93. Well, at least for me, it was, you know what I'm saying? So, but that Cash Money stuff, was like later on. I was so deeply ingrained with like how East Coast music sounded. I felt like that's how hip hop rap should sound like, and I kind of just disregarded the Cash Money stuff, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? But I still dig it though, it's cool.
Let me find out you listen to that Cash Money. I was gonna say, but yeah, we was talking about that earlier though. So I was seeing a lot of stuff on your page about Doe B, and I just want to know what was your relationship with Doe B?
Doe B, yeah. I started to work with him. Well, I met him back in 2008. This is before he got shot. And he came in, at a studio I was working at and was mixing some records for him. And he was like real monotone. He was like real dry. And I liked his music. I heard it and mixed it for him. And it sounded great then, but it was just a little monotone. And then after that, like he got shot. And then later on, we reconvened in my own studio around 2010. And he was recording somebody, a verse for somebody. And he liked how it sounded and was like, I think I'm going to record here from now on. So we started to do that. And that's where you get his first mixtape, official mixtape, Definition of a Trapper. And then, it just continued on from there up until his passing. So
he got shot twice?
The first time he got shot in the eye. Yeah, with the patch. People thought it was like a fashion thing. Yeah, right there. But people thought it was like some type of fashion statement or something like that. But, it was some type of altercation where it started from the club and his partner was driving, and then they stopped at a gas station. And then I think his partner was talking real tough or something like that. And the dude, Doe was sitting in the passenger seat. So, he got shot right in the eye and miraculously survived. You feel what I'm saying? And that was back in 2009. And then he started to take rap and hip hop seriously up until his death. And then the second time he got shot, that's when he was killed in 2013, end of 2013.
So you sound like you was there from the start.
I was, yeah. There were some people that were a little bit before me, but I would say officially where his career took off, I was there from the beginning, from the very beginning.
And then I would say I always see another guy talks about him a lot too. I think his name is Frank Wright. Yeah,
Frank was his manager. He came in to the picture around 2012 and actually got him signed, so this, he signed him around summer of 2012 or right after his DOAT 2 dropped in 2012. And then he got a deal with Geffen August of 2012. And then after that, nothing was really moving. And then top of 2013, they go meet with T.I. and sit down with him. And then, graciously T.I. puts him on his imprints, no paperwork, you know what I'm saying? And then things start popping off for him. Let Me Find Out remix with Juicy J and T.I. And then the Hustle Gang mixtapes with the Chemo Sabi big single he had. And then his Baby Jesus mixtape that dropped summer of 2013. So a lot of stuff started popping off when Tip started getting to the picture because of Frank.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did it feel like, being like, I know, like you said, you started there from day one and like seeing everything. You just seeing like basically he was almost, about to blow up before everything happened on his way to becoming a big star.
Well, for me, it was like a second chance at the music business, the music industry. Prior to it, I had a placement with T.I. on T.I. versus T.I.P.'s album, and it was the Watch What You Say to Me record with Jay-Z. And at the time, I did the record, but I had a partner at the time, and I included him on the credits and actually the money as well, which I probably shouldn't have because he had nothing to do with it. We ended up falling out in 2009, and so when I was reconvening, I started my studio, and then Doe came along in 2010. So to have that feeling again of starting to work with people and working with the bigger guys again with Doe, it felt great, man. Looking back at it now, I may have gotten a little complacent or something like that, or maybe not, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lovely time. Doe was very easy to work with, and he never wrote anything down. He gave me a lot of freedom to do what I needed to do on the records sonically. And man, it was going to be a big thing, man. He was going to be one of the greats, you know what I'm saying? So, but unfortunately, things happen how it happened. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying so the original Let Me Find Out, he recorded it at your place?
Yeah, he recorded everything, that was officially of quality with me from 2011 and on. So that Let Me Find Out record came off of the Definition of a Trapper 2 that dropped in, I think, maybe June of 2012. So I was actually the first person that leaked it out, or not leaked it out, but just mainly was the first person that was behind it. It's even on my Mixology Studios online YouTube, where I make a little intro video of the song and then post the actual audio of it. And how that song came about was that there was a guy that called me and left a crazy message about me just riding Doe's coattails in a not so nice way. So when you hear the original song on the mixtape, you hear a voicemail that comes on and you hear this talking, and then the song comes on. So I would say I was the first one to officially break the record. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of spread from there in Montgomery and Alabama, and then that helped him get his deal.
Yeah, Montgomery is where because I was in the Marines, so I joined the Marines at the MEPS in Montgomery.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say, so how you feel? I mean, shit, I know you probably seen a lot of them, but I mean, just throughout hip hop, it's probably been more and more rapper deaths now. So Nipsey, Pop Smoke. So it seems like getting more and more now. But how you feel about that in hip hop?
Man, it's just new guys coming in. Seeing the older guys do it, and but there's no guidance. You know what I'm saying? On how to move. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, it's just unfortunate, with social media as well, people watch the social media and can figure out where you are really quick. You feel what I'm saying? So there's no protection on that end. And then, with the labels, they don't really care about that type of thing, or maybe they should. So I don't know, man. I would say it will get worse, you know what I'm saying? Or it gets to a point where maybe that type of rap doesn't exist anymore after so many years. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like right now, man, it's getting to a point where some of the music, or most of the music, is too shallow. You feel what I'm saying? Too much glitz, too much glamour, too much of the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Or maybe that's just me getting older. You feel what I'm saying? And watching this type of stuff. But it's a lot of shallowness, and then, flashiness. And then, there's wolves out here that's going to try to take that from you. You feel what I'm saying? And they do. So if you're going to talk that talk, you gotta have a squad with you to protect you. You feel what I'm saying? And, nowadays, as you get older, there's less and less morality in hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? And more crossing. So I wouldn't say Doe B was the first one, you know, to be killed because of the crosses or the beefs. You feel what I'm saying? But he's definitely won't be the last by a long shot, as long as it's continued, you know, direction of music is going to go. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't want to be too negative, like how my bar been.
You got MF Doom up there too.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get some more artwork. I'm trying to put some more stuff right here because I kind of just moved in like October. So, yeah, man, I'm setting up my studio, and I'm not a huge MF Doom fan, but I just love what he represents. And, you know, it's just underground, you know, rugged, raw hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much unfiltered. You know what I'm saying?
They had that piece?
Say what now?
How long ago you had that piece?
I had that piece for probably since November, actually, since November. And I did a prior interview a few days before the news broke that he passed. So, yeah, that piece of artwork ain't gonna go anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, I just love what MF Doom represents, man. Underground, rugged, raw hip hop that's like super respected, you know, across many people and many different cultures as well, especially in hip hop culture. You feel what I'm saying?
So what's your current projects right now you working on?
I'm working with a group of guys still under wraps. I'm actually today I'm in the process of doing deliverables for Clever's album. It's called Crazy. And he's an artist that's signed to Republic Records and Post Malone. So I have to do the deliverables today on his album and turn it in so he can release the album, and so they can get paid. So and I did some mixing on that album as well. So it's going to be released hopefully maybe this month or so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the date, but that's my project, a couple projects right now, and then just continually just doing my thing online, mixing, mastering, branding my own studio, Mixology Studios, working on some courses, recording courses for do-it-yourself artists, you know what I'm saying, and then just doing some more production in the future. That's what I'm working.
I'll ask you, who are some of the artists you worked with besides Doe B?
I work with a lot of people. I worked with T.I., Jay-Z. I worked with Estelle before, Christina Milian, Moneybagg Yo, Busta Rhymes, and Nikki Greer. She's like more of the underground, not underground, but more of the songwriter that's behind a lot of the records that you probably wouldn't know as her. You know what I'm saying? She's also worked with Kanye West recently with his whole choir. I've worked with a lot of people, man. Rocco, Young Dro, Shakespeare. He did a lot of TLC stuff back in the day. Quando Rondo, a lot of guys, man. OBNJ, a lot of guys, man, on the mix end, a whole bunch of guys. And then Joel Ortiz as well. It's a number of people that I've worked with that I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's a lot of people. Young Blue as well. Just a number of people that I've worked with on the mixing side. You know what I'm saying? Say what now?
And what did you say you worked with Jay-Z? I said, what did you do?
The T.I. versus T.I.P. album, I produced Watch What You Say to Me. That was in 2007. That was some ages ago.
I would say, so as far as mixing, I was asking other people this, what makes a good mix?
I would say the performance, man. You know what I'm saying? The performance has to be there for one. And then the recording material, like the quality of it. You know what I'm saying? You can get very good quality with a very cheap setup. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also what makes a good mix is, you know, the production, and then, you know, the mixer's interpretation of the song as well. You know what I'm saying? Most people think we're just doing like the technical side and just making it sound good, but we are creatives as well. And we have input, you know, that the producers and artists sometimes look to, when they give me a record. It's like, this is as far as I can take it. What can you do to make it better? You know what I'm saying? Most times it's like that. But there's sometimes where people have it already done. You feel what I'm saying? And you just need to tighten it up a little bit. But in general, mixers are creatives as well. And, they are the last line of defense to make a record great. You feel what I'm saying? And a good mixer will make a song sound great, and a bad mixer will make a great song sound horrible.
Yeah, I remember Nipsey Hussle said one thing. He said, I guess his voice, like, you could tell, like, if you listen to his music, you could just tell where his music went from here to here. He said, I guess he figured out a certain pitch he needed to use to make his voice sound more clear, and then you can hear it better. So is it certain, have you ever did that to artists yet? Like, where you had to, like, you did a certain little tweak and you made him.
Well, I would say this, before, like, I was mixing a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And my mixes were really, really, really good. But there's like that 5 or 10% that you're looking for with that clarity. So, it has a lot to do with harmonics and saturation when it comes to mixing to make a song sound great and give you a certain feel. You feel what I'm saying? Odd harmonics and even harmonics is a whole different, whole subject about that. You know what I'm saying? That will separate a good mix from a great mix. You know what I'm saying? And it will give you either the clarity or the grit, or, the ruggedness that you're looking for, depending on the type of record.
Yeah, and then my brother-in-law, he has it's like a backpack where if you're making the beat, you can feel the beat.
Yeah, I have that. It's called a sub pack.
Yeah, so I was like, damn. So I was like, so how important is that? Like, you hear the beat, but how important is that feeling the beat and how that sounds too?
I mean, sub pack is like, it just gives you the feeling of the bass. You can feel the bass, and it's actually pretty cool. Probably too cool to a point where, there's been times where I'll mix and it's like a massage. You feel what I'm saying? And I will fall asleep mixing, using that thing. I don't use it anymore, but it definitely gives you a certain feel. That sub 808, that low end gives you a certain feel, like in your chest type of thing. I feel like when I'm listening to, music, gives you a warm feeling, you know what I'm saying? And the sub pack actually, makes you physically feel it as well. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
I was listening to, I don't know if you remember this music, but you remember that, like that So Def All Stars?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, what happened to that music, man? That shit was bumping. I was like, they don't even come out no music like that, but that shit was crunk. All that, they kind of had their own vibe. It was like the, Shorty Swing My Way, I Could Freak It Like That, all that shit.
Yeah, man. That's a lost era, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to experiment with a lot of stuff that's like, around like the late 80s era. I feel like I want to bring that type of stuff back, like the Rakim stuff, like the Follow the Leader stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Big Daddy Kane type of stuff, the up-tempo hip-hop, like the sped-up type of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Because, I recently listened to Benny the Butcher, and I like the album. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a little too reminiscent of Jay-Z, like biting him a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like, that Public Enemy feel type of weird, obscure sample, a bunch of samples in a production record. I think that's missing, man, because, it's been a big scare with, producers not wanting to sample. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a real contrarian. I want to stand out, you know what I'm saying, and do something different. So even if it, won't mean any money, you feel what I'm saying? I just want to be unique and different and bring that type of sound back. That's one of my goals with this 3-man group I'm working with right now. It's like I said, it's still under wraps. It's still very new, but I want to do something like that, like the rugged raw samples. You know what I'm saying? More of the kind of more of the MF Doom, but a little more, not a little cleaner than that. You know what I'm saying? Just sonically. You feel what I'm saying? Sonically to today's standards, but bring that type of sound back. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, since you're from Alabama, you might know this. What's up with Rich Boy? Where did he go?
Man, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. You know, after that one song, he just didn't really pop off anymore. You know what I'm saying? He is on the Doe B album though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like, I mean, you might know better than me, but I can't think of too many more Alabama members. I remember Dirty, but I can't think of too many more Alabama rappers after that.
yeah, I mean, you know, this Rilo Rodriguez, he's from Mobile. He's popping off a little baby right now. There's No Cap that's from Mobile as well. They, you know what I'm saying? And then also Clever. He's not a rapper, but you know, he broke out with that NLE Chopper song, that Stick by My Side song that came out not last year, but I think a year and a half ago. And that's what got him signed, or he released that during his signing with Post Malone. So he's an Alabama artist that, like I said, I got to do his deliverables today on his album. But Clever, No Cap, Rilo Rodriguez, and that's pretty much shit right now that's hot. You know what I'm saying?
So what are some of your interests outside of music?
Interest trading, you know, stocks and cryptocurrency. That's my big thing. I actually want to do that full time, so I don't have to rely on mixing and mastering as my main source of income. So hopefully, if things turn out great this year, I can stop that and stop making mixing music for money and making music, you know, what I want instead of for money. You know what I'm saying? So that's my plan, though. By 2022, that's my plan.
What are you doing with the you said crypto? Like, I mean, I was gonna ask you, like, you know how especially Bitcoin going on. Like, how long do you plan on holding on to the Bitcoin?
Oh, it's just getting started. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the top in 2018, January 2018, hit 20,000. So ever since then, up until last March, it's been in the bear market. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, ever since March, it's been running up. And then when it hit 20,000, I think in December, it ran up to 40,000 super quick. So history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So in knowing that, you know, a lot of people in the space feel like crypto is feeling like 2017 again in today's 2021 standards. So if you know how January 2018 turned out, then, you know, most likely January of 2022, you might see a top, and that how high it can go, who knows, man. People saying 100,000. There's some institutional players talking about it being like 250 to 350, 350,000, but nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? You just let price action be a guide, and then you just ride the trend until it dies. You feel what I'm saying? The market.
My bro was telling me just to keep buying right now.
Yeah, one strategy you can do is it's called dollar cost averaging, and if you don't know anything about trading, and you know, because it's a very convoluted thing, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to learn it first, it's very confusing and it'll fuck with your emotions. Mm-hmm. So the best thing to do if you don't know anything is just to dollar cost average and buy a set amount every week or every month and buy it at whatever price it is, and don't worry about the price. Because historically, if you had done that, I think I read some type of article, if you had invested consistently since 2017 up until now, you know, you would have had a significant amount of increase, like maybe 100 to 500% in profit. You know what I'm saying? So compare that with savings, that beats that every day.
Man, what you doing with the stocks? Cause I like to I'm big on getting the ones with dividends right now. My thing.
You know, I haven't really paid attention to stocks the past month or so because crypto has blown up so much, and I've actually made way more in crypto the past month than I did the whole year last year. You feel what I'm saying? So stocks wise, like, I'm going to treat stocks as more like a blue chip type of thing for me. You know, I'm not going to try to look for hidden gems. You know what I'm saying? And then the stock market to me is a little boring because, you know, you ain't going to get the same type of gains in the stock as you will in cryptocurrency. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I have a few holds. I got Tesla, I got Neo, I got DraftKings. I'm looking at marijuana stocks. I have a OTC marijuana stock that I made really good off of. So those are the main areas: electronic vehicles, marijuana stocks, and what else do I have? And then just blue chip stuff. You know what I'm saying? To grow my money over time.
What I was doing was I was like putting the money into the Bitcoins, making the money off the Bitcoins, then use that to buy stocks, and I just keep doing that. I was like,
whatever plan you have, you definitely have to have some type of plan. You feel what I'm saying? You have to have an exit strategy every time you take a trade, and you know what I'm saying. And then long-term goals, you got to know what you want to do over time. You feel what I'm saying? My plan is like $1 million by 2022 at least. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm hoping it'll get there. It's looking pretty good, starting off like just halfway through January. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited, man. I'm really excited. And from what I've been experiencing, you know, a lot of the trading stuff is just a patience type of game, and the most money is made when you prep and plan, and when there's days where you just don't need to trade. You feel what I'm saying? So my goal is to just trade maybe 2-3 times, 2 or 3 weeks out of the whole year. You feel what I'm saying? Mostly watching, and most of my moves won't be made 9 out of 10 times. Like one or two out of the 10 times is when I'm going to trade. You feel what I'm saying? So I like that freedom of my time being open. And so that'll allow me to do whatever I want. When I get my money and my finances and everything set and at that level, then I definitely will disappear and just do music, probably like incognito and just like from a moniker that people won't know who I am at all. And I will never show my face. That's my plan. We'll see how that works.
I was saying, so how's it going over there with the coronavirus and stuff?
The virus is over here. It's controlled. You know what I'm saying? China does not play around. When we came over here to fly over here, because we were stuck in the States for like 7-8 months, because I've been living here since 2018, but the protocol to come over here is very, very strict. And when we flew over here, before we flew over here, we had to take a test to make sure we were negative 48 hours before we got on the plane. So you have to time that type of thing. And with the USA, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? They're not very, very organized when it comes to the virus. So we got that. And then you got to present the paper to the Chinese airline, you know, whoever, the airline. And then you fly over here, and we had to sit on the plane for about 24 hours. I had my N95 mask on and everything, you know, the whole time. It broke on the plane. And luckily we didn't catch it. You know, my wife and my daughter, we did not catch it. And we came over here, and then we had to sit in the airport for 6 hours. We had to get tested again. We had to get registered with the government. Then we had to quarantine at a hotel for 2 days until they said we were negative, and then we were able to quarantine at home. And then when we got home, we had to quarantine for the rest of the 14 days. And then they monitored our temperature twice a day. And then got tested again towards the end of the quarantine. And then when we were negative, then you could move around. You feel what I'm saying? So, and if you come up positive, then you stay in that hotel and you ride it out. You feel what I'm saying? So, but they got it under control here, man. They definitely do. And they're making restrictions every day, changing laws, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Chinese New Year coming up, you know, the government's telling people to stay put, you know, and if you leave your province or your city, you know, and you try to come back, then you had to quarantine in place for 24 days. And when we were quarantining, they put a little sensor on our door so they would know when we would leave or not. It's that strict, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but for good measure.
What they be thinking about Trump over there?
I don't know, man. I don't really get into politics like that, but that Trump stuff is ridiculous, man. I'm glad he's out of office. But I've seen something on social media where they were campaigning for Trump in the streets somewhere. They said it was in China, but you know, I don't know. They may have did that somewhere, but that's crazy. Crazy.
I was gonna ask you, what was your reasons for moving? Like, was you moving to try to get away from all this shit, or what was your reason for moving?
I just felt like I needed a change. You know what I'm saying? And it's a better way of living over here. You know what I'm saying? Even though the cost of living is high here, where you stay at, everything else is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like food is cheap, clothes is cheap, events are cheap. You don't need a car to go over here to live over here. Subway system is super cheap. It's like $4 per trip. That probably equals to let's see, 15, 34, 60 cents. 60 cents per trip wherever you want to go in the city. And the size of Shanghai is probably the size of I think the size of Alabama. So many things to do here. It's better living. You know, there's a bunch of spas here, you know what I'm saying? Like you get cheap massage here. Everything's cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things to do here. There's a lot of shopping. There's probably like 100 plus malls here in Shanghai alone. You feel what I'm saying? So I haven't experienced the club scene yet because that's another section of the city. But it's just overall better. You know what I'm saying? It took some getting used to that first year, though, because of the culture shock. It really did. I don't speak Chinese. I'm not Chinese. You know, I don't speak Mandarin. I'm not Chinese. But you know, it's just so much easier. Stuff can be delivered to my doorstep. You know, I don't have to leave the house. I can order everything online, like literally everything online. You know what I'm saying? And riding the scooter over here is kind of cool, too.
I need a shoe plug, man. Hook me over some plugs out there. I know you got some plugs for me.
Yeah. There's a row. I visited a few boutiques that are on the same street. You know what I'm saying? So they have like probably all of the rare kicks that you're looking for. The price point, though, is not cheap, though, on them. You know what I'm saying? It was like American dollars. You feel what I'm saying? I saw like the De La Soul Nike SB low kicks, man, and it was sitting on the wall, and you know those are kind of rare. I'm not a big shoe head, but man, they got some spots here, man, that got some really high end, you know, rare shoes that you won't find. You know what I'm saying?
Like that hat you got on.
Say what now?
Like the hat you got on. Look like it's suede or something.
Oh, I got this from the States, actually. I got this from the States. But, yeah, this is kind of unique. I don't know what it is. Kind of like a felt. You know what I'm saying? But, man, they got a lot of nice stuff here. You know what I'm saying? The fashion here is way better. You know, it's just overall better, man. The only problem is the language barrier. Like, I need to learn the language. I do a lot of translation on apps. So it's kind of difficult to move around at times. But, you know, you got to be a smart dude to live here. Not to brag, but you got to be smart to move around if you don't know the language. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah, man. Nice.
So what would you say is a good business to start right now?
What you say now?
What's a good business to start?
What's something good to start?
Good business.
business.
Yep.
Anything that's, that you can do online where you don't have to deal with people, you know what I'm saying? So, for me right now, like I said, like trading is a big thing for me. That's not a business, but that's just a skill. You know what I'm saying? I think, if you're serious enough, you can learn that skill and apply it for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? And then once you learn that skill, you start seeing patterns over and over again and then continually make money. You know what I'm saying? But business wise, anything online, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my business solely online. And it's definitely helped me to either stay afloat or do much better than a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at a point around March, I thought that I was going to see a decrease in my online business. And I actually made more last year than I ever did, probably, period. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird, but been very blessed to be able to make more than previous years. You feel what I'm saying? And then I didn't have to record, and it didn't take me much time, as much as I would have taken if I did record. So as far as other business, I don't know, man. I would say like just get into stuff that you're either really interested in, and then try to transition to that into online.
Did y'all get anything like did they get anything like a stimulus out there?
No, we're U.S. citizens, so we get stimulus anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter where you at.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I know that.
U.S. citizen, you get a check. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter where you're at. And that they electronically deposited into my bank account. But we were in the States then. You feel what I'm saying? So around, what was that, May or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got our
Just moved.
Say what now?
You just moved to China.
No, I've been here. You know what I'm saying? We left during the pandemic when it started to pop off.
Oh.
And, we left. I've been here since 2018, end of 2018. And, we come back to visit. We visited for Christmas end of 2019. You know what I'm saying? And then came back January 4th or 5th, and then was here until February 1st and flew back like on a drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? And we thought we were going to be in the States for a few weeks until the virus blew over. And it ended up being like 7 or 8 months. And, came back and had to do a lot of crazy stuff. Like I said, get tested and quarantine at a hotel and all types of stuff. So, yeah, we just moved into a new place because we had to move out of our old place during the summer while we weren't here. So we had to hire movers and do stuff via FaceTime and with our nanny or a caretaker or, housekeeper, you feel what I'm saying? To assist with the move. So it was really crazy. Really crazy.
Is there a lot of black people over there?
There's some, man. I will probably, compared to China, it's probably like 1%, 2%. You know what I'm saying? But my wife is black. You feel what I'm saying? So she has a clique of black women that she communicates with. You know what I'm saying? And they used to have brunches and stuff like that. But, ever since we had our daughter, she hasn't been able to meet up with her group or anything like that. But there's people here. You know what I'm saying? People here working, being teachers or whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of black folks. It's just, you got to just find them. You know what I'm saying? They're out here.
She likes it in China too?
Say what now?
Man, my throat. She likes it. She likes it out there too?
Oh, she loves it out here. Like, she loves it more than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Alabama?
Say what now?
From Alabama?
She's from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And then she moved to Alabama when she was like 8 or 9. And then we've known each other since like high school. So.
That's cool. Yeah, I ain't been to China yet, man. I got to see how it is out there.
it's cool, man. Like, you know, if you ever come to Shanghai, just let me know, man. I can tell you all the dope spots out here and definitely take you to them boutique shoe stores. You know what I'm saying? It's, some good food out here. You know, it's good cheap food, good expensive food as well. But it's a lot of stuff out here, man, that you would love to do. If you have to be here for at least 2 weeks, though. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks. Whenever they lift that ban up, you know what I'm saying? They ban a lot of countries right now from coming in.
Man, what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
I would say just, man, if whatever you're doing and whatever you're striving to do, put your mind to it. You can do anything, you feel what I'm saying? And, you know, the road gets tough, you feel what I'm saying? So you just got to stay resilient and be positive at the end of the day. And I would say, like, you know, whatever you do in your life, you know, just settle your beefs and move forward, man. That's what I would say.
All right, bro. I want to say thanks for coming through Politicking.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
Now, what's your social media again?
It's Turn Me Up Bao, TURNMEBAO, and on IG, Facebook, and Twitter.
Got any shout outs?
Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to Dove. And shouts out to all the Doe B fans that
popolitickin.com.
Thank you for listening to the Popolitickin Show, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. For live content, subscribe to our YouTube channel.